Yeehaw! Hello and welcome. My name's Scott, and today we're talking about the top 5 XG chances of the Premier League. We're also going to take a look at something a little bit more fun. The 5 shots that ended up as goals that were the least likely, according to XG, to be converted. So lock in, get ready, because we're starting right now. Welcome back. So today I want to go through all of the different chances. Normally this is something that I'd like to do video, be able to kind of talk through all of the different chances as the build-up play happens, but YouTube and the Premier League, they really don't get along with that. I've gotten several copyright strikes by posting videos like that, so unfortunately we're only going to have stills today. But we are ready to go. The first one today we're going to be talking about is Callum Wilson versus Huddersfield. All right, so here we got an idea of what it looks like when the ball is actually ready to be hit for the goal. So we're going to take a look at the build-up play now. So this one, Huddersfield are absolutely torn apart. Look at Bournemouth on the break here. This play actually started in Bournemouth's half, and it really wasn't anything special, but look at all of this space. Look at all the space that Ryan Fraser has to run into here as he's getting ready. The next one here, he's gotten the ball. He's ready to cut it across. Callum Wilson has already pointed to where he wants the ball, and now Ryan Fraser has to do is just put it on a plate, and that's exactly what it does. So as we're going through, I'm going to explain a little bit about how the model describes these things. Then I'm also going to kind of go through the different kinds of XG models that I have. So for this one is classified as an other shot. It's not off of the head, it's not off the feet, it's actually chested in, so it gets that other classification, one of the few that ends up that way. This one is in that very close range, so it's about 1.9 meters. All of these measurements are going to be from the very center of the goal, so it might be a little bit further than what you'd expect there, because he's right there on the end line. This one came from open play, was assisted. It was assisted by a cutback cross with a through ball pre-assist. It was classified as a big chance by Oppa. And then I'm also going to move into showing some of the defensive pressure stuff and where the defenders are. So this one, there is absolutely no defensive pressure on him, and he has an open net. So the naive XG, which doesn't take into account defensive pressure or the number of defenders, rated this one as a 0.554 chance. A lot of that comes from it being in the other category. Usually these are not the easiest chances to complete. This one he has all the time in the world, and it's pretty easy for him to do. So this one is probably underrated by that measure. On the defensive pressure, this one comes out as a 0.85, and that seems a lot more realistic to what this chance actually is. And then lastly, there's the shot placement model. And again, this one doesn't know where the defenders are or how much defensive pressure he is under. So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is Sadio Mané versus Burnley. And this one is one that actually is missed. One of the 5 biggest chances that doesn't end up as a goal. So for this one, Liverpool actually have a very patient build-up to this one before it gets to this point. They're building up slow in the back. There's a cross field switch, and then Firmino is able to come back, and he plays a 1-2 with Naby Keita, and then he sees Trent Alexander-Arnold. You can't see Alexander-Arnold in the frame right now, but he started on the bottom, really exploiting the wings, because look how narrow Burnley are in this situation. Firmino is going to thread this ball right through to Alexander-Arnold. We can see here, the ball's come through. He's got a beautiful view of where Mane's going to make that run, and he's going to make a beautiful pass into the back post. Mane just can't direct this one on target. It ends up going off of the top of the crossbar. So the classification for this one is another shot from feet, very close range. This one's 2.1 meters from the center of the goal. It's an open play chance assisted by a cross with another through ball pre-assist. It is classified as a big chance by Opta. This one has no defensive pressure, but there is one defender, the goalie, between the shot and the goal. So this one is rated as a 0.676 on the naive XG. 0.88 on defensive pressure XG, and a 0.0 on the shot placement XG because he fails to get it on target. The third biggest chance of week 30 is Richarlison versus Newcastle. This one is an interesting one because it is off of a broken play. So Newcastle actually do pretty well to clear the initial ball, but then Gomez challenges through, and Newcastle's doing a pretty good job of riding him, but then the defender slips and Gomez has a chance, and he puts in a hard low cross. Newcastle, has to do something. He doesn't know exactly who is behind him, so the keeper has to do something to keep it out, and Richarlison is right there to get it, and he has a really open opportunity here. So this one is a shot from feet, very close range, just under 5 meters from the center of the goal, open play. It's technically unassisted because it comes off of the goalkeeper last, so it's following a rebound, classified as a big chance. There is moderate defensive pressure. There is a Newcastle guy there who is getting ready to close him down as he's putting it in, and there are 2 defenders between the shot and the goal. So this one gets rated as a 0.83 on the naive XG, 8.19 on the defensive pressure, and a 4.25 on the shot placement XG. Next is Youri Tielemans versus Fulham. This one was actually a really, really well done play by Leicester, and I thought that this was very reminiscent of how they were able to take teams apart during their title run, just a few different players substituted in. So it all starts from a Wilfred Ndidi tackle who gets the ball and then releases Jamie Vardy here. It's a beautiful play. Fulham tries to play an offside trap, and it just doesn't work. He's in all sorts of space. He ends up one-on-one with the keeper, waits for the keeper to come out to commit, and then he sees that space that Tielemans is going to run into. Tielemans here actually does something really well. The Fulham defender is able to recover well, but he has the patience to not take it first time, lets him go right past, and then moves to the left just slightly. You gotta love my graphics here that they added here. This is high-tech stuff here, why I get paid the big bucks to do these videos. And then so he has an open goal to shoot at. So this is a shot from feet, from very close range, just over 8 meters. Open play, assisted with a regular pass, following a fast attack. So this one doesn't get the full counterattack rating, because those ones must start in your own half, but it is classified as a fast attack for the speed at which Leicester were able to break. It is classified as a big chance. There's no defensive pressure, and because he's able to dribble around, there are 0 defenders between the shot and the goal. So this one ends up with a 8.11 naive XG, 8.67 on the defensive pressure XG, and a 0.40 on the shot placement XG. A lot of these ones are going to have lower than expected shot placement XG, and a lot of that is because the goal is practically wide open, so they aren't putting it into the corners per se. They are practically just putting it right down the middle because there isn't a lot of pressure on them, and they can do that where it's not a big deal. When we get down to the lower XG chances that are converted into goals, you'll see that those you can see the shot placement XG start to go up compared to the overall XG. Lastly, and the highest XG chance of the weekend was Roberto Firmino versus Burnley. Burnley gave up all sorts of XG to Liverpool, so that's a pretty interesting one. They also are going to be on the list later down as well. So let's see how this one started. So this one again starts with a switch of play. Burnley are very drawn to the ball, trying to play compact and break down space, but Liverpool do well to keep width on the play to be able to exploit that. So this one, the ball is being switched over to Salah. Salah is now going to play a 1-2 with Wijnaldum. He's able to get down to the end line, and he plays another low, hard cross. I've seen this shot now probably 10, 12 times, and I still have no idea how the ball gets through these 2 Burnley defenders and ends up right open for Firmino just to tap in. So this one is probably just about as close as you can get on the XY coordinates. It's about 0.1 meters. It's a shot from feet, open play. It's unassisted because it is tipped off of Burnley. So it says it's following a rebound. classified as a big chance. There's no defensive pressure, no defenders between the ball and the shot. So this is a 0.864 on the naive XG, 0.985 is pretty much as close as you can get to a 1 on defensive pressure XG, and 0.69 on the shot placement XG. Again, when you're about a foot out, you're going to have a high XG regardless of the model that is used. So now let's take a quick switch over to me. This is normally where I would talk about beer minute, but I'm trying to be a good father, a good example. It's Lent season. My daughter gave us something really important to her for Lent, so I am giving up beer for her. So today we are brought to you by ice cold water. Not quite as refreshing as beer, but it's what I got today. So now let's take a look at the 5 lowest chances and see what we got there. So the first one is James Ward-Prowse versus Spurs. So this one, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're not going to look so much at the build-up play, but we are going to look more closely at where the ball ends up after it is hit, because that is what makes these ones more special. So this one, it's a direct free kick. It's 25 meters out from goal. It's a set play. There's no defensive pressure because it is a direct free kick, but there are 4+ players between the shot and the goal. So this one has a rating of 0.04 naive XG, so a 4% chance. By defensive pressure, it's about the same, 0.03 defensive pressure. And then on the shot placement, it goes all the way up to a 30% shot. So let's take a look at where this one ends up. So this one goes up and over the wall and ends up in that top corner. So this is a well-taken shot by Ward-Prowse, and something that I was very happy as an Arsenal fan to see go in. Next is Eden Hazard versus Wolves. This one made me a little bit less happy to see go in as an Arsenal fan. But still, well done, Wolves. Get that draw. So this one is another shot from outside of the box. This one is 23.4 meters to the center of the goal. It is following a set play. It was, a short corner routine that ended up, kind of working through here. So this one was assisted by a regular pass. Nothing really special on the assist. There are moderate defensive pressure here. The Wolf defender is trying to close him down, and there are 4+ defenders between the ball and the goal in this one. So this one has a rating of 0.39 naive XG. I'm not sure exactly why this one was rated higher than some of the further ones. Maybe because it's slightly closer and a little bit more central. This one has a defensive pressure rating of 0.23 and a shot placement XG of 0.47. When we go to the next one, you'll really see why. So let's take a look. Look at that one. It is right in the corner. It is a well-struck shot, one that I'm not really sure exactly how he was able to get it through all of those defenders, but I guess that is why Hazard is one of the more special players in the league. All right, number 3, Anthony Knockaert of versus Crystal Palace. This one was special, so if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, go search for the highlights on YouTube, because it is really great. So this one, again, ends up with not much build-up play. How it happens is, Brighton just, kick the ball out wide to him. There's not much there, so he basically takes it all on himself. And here is how it rates. So this one is a shot from feet. It's outside of the box, 23.1 meters to goal. From open play, it was again assisted, but the assist wasn't something that really gave a lot to this one. This one has slightly more defensive pressure, so it is rated as a regular defensive pressure. This is a 1 to 5 or a 0 to 5 scale, so 0 is no defensive pressure, and then there is a 1 to 5. So this one, there are 3 Crystal Palace defenders between the ball and the shot. And this one ends up with a 0.029 naive XG, 0.017 because of the defensive pressure, and 0.54 on the shot placement. So you'll have to see where this one ends up. Look at that. It's going to go in off the inside of the post. One of the most awesome things to see a ball go in off the inside of the post. Everybody loves that. The only thing might be better is if it goes in off the top of the crossbar. So this is probably the second best way to get a goal. All right, so now we're going to make myself happy again as an Arsenal fan. And number 4, least likely to go in, is Granit Xhaka versus Manchester United. This one is a shot from way, way out here. So please, Xhaka, just because you made this one, don't shoot out here again, because this is like your one time that you're going to make it this season, and we need more goals, so please don't waste possessions doing that. So this is an open play. It was assisted. Again, a regular pass, nothing special about this one, nothing that really added too much to it. This one, there's minimal defensive pressure. He was, did a great job of finding space between the lines. So there are 3 defenders between the shot and the goal. So this one is rated as a 0.28 naive XG chance, 0.11 on the defensive pressure, because it's so far out and there are people inside. That is the big reason here. And shot placement, this one is only a 0.13. And if you've seen this one, you'll understand why, because it ends up pretty much right in the middle. But the shot placement model does not understand the swerve that is put on the ball. So as you can see, as he's striking it, you can see De Gea is starting to lean to go to his left. That is where, most shots like this would go. That's the natural curve of a left-footed shot. But as we can see in this next one, oops, you can see the ball is swerving to his other direction. It has the slice instead of the curl and ends up in the goal, and De Gea is looking done. The last one is one that should come with a big asterisk on it, and that is Ashley Westwood versus Liverpool with an Olympico from the corner. All right, so this one is a shot from feet, more than 30 yards, a direct free kick corner. One of the few times that I've actually seen one of these in my database. It gets the difficult angle classification because it is basically on the line, and there is almost no angle to shoot from this one. No defensive pressure on this one, obviously, because it's from a corner, and there are 4+ players between the shot and the goal. So this one, my model had a really hard time to being able to deal with this one. This is an extreme edge case, one that you do not see very often. So this one has a 0.11 naive XG rating, a 0.009 defensive pressure XG rating, and it basically broke my shot placement model because the angle was so acute. It basically said that there should be, nothing. It just gave me an error. So this one got a 0.0. But actually, when you look at it on the next slide down, it actually, is in the corner. So it's not a bad shot placement from this one, but it doesn't rate in my model. All right. But as we're going through here, you can see, that's Alisson. He's getting jumped on. That's a foul. This one should have been blown and should have not have counted. Luckily for Liverpool, this referee mistake did not end up hurting them. The next one you can see, yep, look, that's the ball. It's going in. It's in the corner. It's well taken. So that is it for today. Thanks for joining. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're not, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I've done these before. I hope you like the style of this one. I love that I'd be able to do videos with them, to be able to talk through them. But it's just, not in the cards with the way YouTube does things these days. So hopefully this works for everybody. Thanks and goodbye.